When starting a business, there are so many different things you can do. But how do you make money selling cake? Well, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to the artists behind these incredible creations. Welcome to Dave Talks Business.
We have Dave Kramer, the founder of All Pro Web Tools.
Dave has worn many hats over the years as a small business owner.
Well, you know, I really feel that small business is the core of the American economy.
Amen.
In this video, I interview Louis of CakeMakerStudio, and he provides a wealth of information about starting a business. And he answers a key question before you start your very own business. If you know anyone who's considering starting a business, this is the video where they can hear what it is really like to start a new business. The passion, the struggle, and the advantages of owning your own business. Hey there, Louis.
Hi, how you doing?
Good to meet you.
Good to meet you. Nice to meet you too.
Very interested to see what you got going on.
Yeah, we've been doing this professionally since 2014, but we opened the shop in 2018. So I work in a couple of very low budget movies and doing little art stuff, makeup and everything. But my wife, she was having the curiosity of doing cakes, and she started doing cakes, and I told her, you know what, probably you should do this professionally. We should open a company. She said, okay, let's try. So I was just helping her. And one day we saw a video about sculpted cake. I said, okay, I know how to sculpt. You know how to make cakes. Let's see what happened. And that was our first cake. That was my daughter's first birthday cake.
And what was it? What'd you make?
It was a sitting Elmo.
Okay.
It was beautiful. We finished the cake, but like 2 hours after that, it was collapsing the cake. So it was a fail, but it was a good experience. For the first time, it was very good.
So you learn your lessons over time.
Yes. I mean, we trial and we do a lot of trials and error, a lot of experiments. We receive a lot of good advice from more experienced bakers and more experienced cake decorators. We did a lot of research. We take some lessons. Yes, you learn something new every day.
Well, show me what you got going on.
Well, here at CakeMakerStudio, we basically specialize in the most extravagant kind of cakes, but that's chocolate that you can actually eat.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Same thing with that head. The same materials we use for a real cake, we use the same thing on our displays.
So what's your favorite part of your job?
Designing is a very good thing because it's very challenging. Not two cakes are the same.
Right.
So when the customer came, there's a lot of things that you have to take in mind. It's a budget of the customer, how you're going to transport the cake to point A to point B. So there's a lot of things that have to be in consideration when you're designing the cake, when you're executing the idea. Sometimes, as you know, everything works in paper. Or once you are executing the idea, I didn't think of this, and sometimes material didn't arrive on time, or the temperature doesn't work with you, the weather is too humid. There's a lot of things that can be wrong, and sometimes they are.
Were you a business owner before? Did you have business experience before opening?
No, I tried to make my makeup artist like in a special effects company. But that never happened because, I mean, we start having a lot of attention on the cakes and say, okay, if the cakes are getting attention, let's do the cakes. Yeah. So that's why we get into the cake. So when I started reading about how to make a business happening and all of that, but everything is, okay, I know how to make a business plan. How do I make that? So when we open the location, there's also, okay, we are able to open location. What do I need? So then I found it. You have to have licenses from the county, licenses from the city. You have to have a food certification management, and a lot of. So, but you learn all of that. So it's like a leap of faith. So, okay,
it really is.
Let's do it, and you find out while you're doing the business happening.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of things that we never thought that you have to do. In administration, learning how to run the business, how to even to pay the taxes. Do I have to pay this? Yes, you have to pay this.
Yep.
Okay, and there you go. To learn how to do the overhead costs, how to find out that. So at the beginning we didn't know. So then, thanks to again the technologies is a lot of, they give you a lot of help. So once we start looking into reports, you can see your numbers. and then you compare your numbers with your how much you're spending, then you start learning. Oh, I have to make this price a little bit up. I have to cut this down, and then that's a lot of help once you start seeing. But you have to have the business happening. That's how I learned. So because otherwise, you can read a lot of theory, but when you're practicing and you're in the actual position, that's when we learn and we start. Okay, you have to be adjusting all the time, numbers and sales and a lot of things. So it's,
it never gets boring.
Oh no, absolutely no, it never stop. But that's also something that you have to learn. When you say, okay, that's enough for today, I have to stop.
Yes.
Because you can be you burn out.
It never ends.
Exactly.
You have to create your own time.
Yeah,
where you say, you know
that's
what, no more
totally
business, I'm going to relax with the
you
family.
have to take a day off, we have to do this. We basically, I can tell you that we work for basically 2 years, 2 years and a half tirelessly.
Yes.
Without taking any day off. Maybe we want to take just 1-2 days off, but we work in the whole week. So now last year we take 3 days in a row. I said, okay, we can finally take 3 days. If you feel like you won the lottery, oh God, you can take. You have to take your mind completely out of the business. You are on this
really
place.
do.
You have to enjoy it because my mind was always trying to get back to. I have to do this. No. Keep your thing on your vacation. It was just a little bit, but at the end of the day, you're just enjoying your time and.
Yeah. So this is really a lifestyle for you because now you have the opportunity to be with your family all day.
Yeah, I've seen that as an opportunity.
And I'm sure you get to teach your children some valuable lessons in the business as well.
Yes, and I know that from a lot of my friends, they do the same thing with their kids. They try to get them involved in some sort of way into the business from an early age. So that's a good ability that they can start getting since they were kids. So when they are grown up, you already know how to do sales, how to talk to people, how to, and that's a very important, something that I didn't have it when I was a kid. So I learned in a very late stage in my life how to do sales, how to talk to people. Even sometimes it takes me a little bit of struggle because I'm like I focus on something and I'm getting in my own bubble.
Yeah.
And then I have to talk to people. I have to do sales.
It's a different gear.
Exactly.
You got to switch gears.
Yeah. So for my daughter, no, she's not struggling because we're trying to educate her that.
That's awesome.
Since
I
she's
like
a kid.
that.
Yeah.
What would you say is the most difficult part of owning a business?
Thanks to our what we're doing, we have a house. We have food on the table. So.
Yes.
For me, it's difficult again because you feel physically and mentally tired. But it's not difficult when you go, okay, I'm getting this because of this, so I should be, blessed because what I have thanks to this. And I think that in exchange, it's nothing what we're doing compared with what we are having.
Yeah, I agree. I love it. I love being a business owner. I completely agree.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but there's a lot of payoff to it.
Exactly.
As well.
Yeah. That's very true. I really love it, and I think that. I won't be doing anything. If for any reason we have to close and we have to start again, it's okay, no problem. We can do it again. If we do it once, we can do it again.
And now you've learned all the lessons, so you
exactly.
probably do it a lot
now you
faster.
just start. You don't start from zero. You start with a little bit of experience.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So what kind of experience would you advise a new business owner who's getting started? Is there any advice you would give to somebody who wants to start a business?
Go and do it.
I like that.
Go
just
and
do it. Dive in.
Yeah, I have friends that, but I don't know if I have to make a logo.
Right.
Just go and do it.
Just go and
You're
do
gonna learn when you are actually doing it.
Yeah.
Then in the preparation or the prep stage, I have to do this. I have in the planning. You're planning. No. Just go and do it.
Yeah.
Even if you don't make it, you're gonna learn something.
That's right. Did you start with a location, or did you start at farmers markets or something like that?
We started as a home bakers, but it was very small, maybe 1-2 orders a month when we started.
Right.
When we had our licenses, we got the inspector. The inspector, he came in, he did the inspection. Okay, you're good to open. Perfect. We have zero merchandise, nothing. So I have to borrow money to get, ice cream, to get even drinks, something to sell to the people because we didn't have nothing. We have some cakes. We start taking orders, but we start basically with zero.
Yeah.
That was it. You just go and do it. You will figure it out. Because when you are in that position of that, You do it or you die. You will find
a
way. Oh yeah, you will find a way.
Absolutely. I agree with that. Yeah, it's pretty nerve-wracking when you sign that lease for the building. Was it a 5-year lease?
It was, no, actually, I begged to the landlord, can you give me a 6-month deal, please? I said, okay. So I will never take the entire credit for what we're doing now. There's been a lot of people that help us to do this.
Yes.
It's a lot. So
Yes.
we ask for permissions, we ask for help to people, but it's a lot of people help us. It's not only us. So a lot of people. The landlord, he will give me a 6-month deal. So after that 6-month deal, I say, okay, they can make a year. So now we make a year now. So we're talking something like that. Same thing with my friend. I borrow money from here to buy ice cream. Even the ice cream company. So okay, I'm gonna give you some tubs for free because you are starting. Thank you, man.
It's very common to think that you did it all yourself, but you
didn't.
But
no.
And I love your negotiation skills, talking to your landlord. That was a big help for you.
Yes.
Is this your wife?
Yes.
Nice to meet
She's
you.
Adriana. She's my wife. She's doing right now some tres leches cakes.
Ooh, those are good.
That's a kind of a funny story on those tres leches. Because that's a very common or very traditional cake in Mexico, in some other Latin American countries. Mm-hmm. But here in the U.S., not too much people doesn't know about it. So when we try, we should sell tres leches. And people, do you like tres leches? They don't know it.
They don't know.
So we said, okay, you know what? Let's make little samples.
Yep.
And we'll be giving samples like for 1 year. Have you ever tried tres leches? No. So we start giving samples to people. Some people, oh, this is really good, and they like it. They grab a piece. So, but most of the people they like it, and we've been giving just samples. And right now, I can tell it's one of our best sellers.
So you created a market because people weren't aware of that product.
Yeah, absolutely. The custom cake industry is getting very difficult. Everybody right now can just go to YouTube and find cake decorating tutorials. Yeah. And they say, okay, I can make cakes. I can compete with them because I have to cover all my overhead costs and all of that. So eventually, I think that everybody's going to learn at some point to make their own cakes.
Yep.
So I think I have to move into another industry.
There are celebrity chefs, right?
Uh-huh.
And if that celebrity chef creates a video that teaches somebody and they provide them with a kit that they can purchase and all the pieces and parts that they need are in that kit, people buy it.
Oh, yes. So you provide everything. You just pay this amount. You go to the thing, you take the class, and you take the cake with you. There are decorators or teachers that are doing that in the whole world.
Well, I like that you're always looking for a way to pivot your business because you've got to keep up with the competition. So I'm glad that you're looking forward. I think you're going to go through that same learning experience with the online world. Yeah. But I'm really excited to come back and check in on you in a few years to see how things are going.
Absolutely.
Louis provided some real knowledge about what it is like to start a business. There was so much information packed into this video, you may want to watch it again and take notes. My favorite quote from this interview was, "Just go and do it." I meet many people who want to start a business, but they hold off until everything is perfectly planned. While I do agree with planning and doing your research, trust me, the landscape will look very different the moment you open for business. So don't get held back by planning, just get started. And like many successful businesses, Louis started his business from his house and a handful of customers before he went and opened his store. This is a great way to learn the business and make sure that customers are actually willing to pay you before you take on all of the overhead and responsibility of a physical location. People will help you along the way. You're not going to do this yourself, so make sure that you remember them. Something I think that will be very key to Louis's success is that he is planning to evolve his business and move it online to reach a wider audience. Would you like to learn how to make awesome cakes? Do you think it's a good idea for Louis to teach how to make cakes online and sell all the ingredients? Let me know in the comments below. I wish the best for Louis and his continued success. If you have business-related questions, Please comment below or send me a direct message on any social media, and I will be happy to give you some advice or refer you to someone who can help.
Your goal should be to have the freedom to do what you want to do, and the vehicle that's going to get you there is having your own small business. So make sure to hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll be notified the next time I drop a video to teach you exactly how to do that, how to run and manage your own small business.